All right, let's get into some really, really dangerous, ignorant, pathetic, delusional, and even dangerous reactions to the news of the last 48 hours of the full approval of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. We predicted, and many others did as well, it was obvious that as soon as the Pfizer vaccine was fully approved by the FDA, the goalposts would be moved by the anti-vaccine crowd and all sorts of new conspiracy theories would come up. I'm going to play for you today. This is video. I always struggle with explaining exactly what this is. This is Steve Bannon's show, former Trump advisor Steve Bannon's show, The War Room, on Real America's Voice. And I don't know if Real America's Voice is a cable channel or just a YouTube channel, or maybe they're not even allowed on YouTube. I don't really know. Steve Bannon invites Dr. Gina Loudon on to talk about vaccine approval. Now, you know where this is going. If I tell you we will be speaking to Dr. Gina Loudon about the vaccine approval process, you would sensibly assume that we're talking about a medical doctor here, especially after the right said, "What, sir, why do they call her Dr. Jill Biden? I mean, she's a PhD in education or educational doctorate, EDD." They would never do that. Well, no, they are. Actually, Gina Loudon is she has a PhD in organizational systems from an online university. Come on, guys. Come on. Okay, so let's get into it. The claim from Dr. Loudon is the vaccine is not really it's not really approved. Now, of course, it is approved by the FDA. She says it's not really approved, and she brings something up about the placebo group, and there's actually a really interesting topic here to discuss. Let's listen, and then we'll discuss.
Where are the grassroots mothers today, and what can our audience as an activist audience use?
By the way, why do all of these people, Alex Jones and Bannon and Owen Schroyer, what's with the whole grassroots? It's like Sean Connery. All the conspiracy theorists are like Sean Connery. Let's continue.
You know that they love you. What can this audience do today to start to defend against this, right? If they're uncertain, if they don't feel they have the information, what do you recommend our audience members do?
Doctor.
Well, first of all, you have to speak up. You have to say things like, referring to this NPR article by Richard Harris from February 19th, they dissolved the control group in
We're going to talk about that because she's completely misleading
this study. So for the FDA to have approved this without legitimate data using a control group, because they lost the control group in the middle of the study.
She is lying. She is lying.
Is reprehensible. So this is not really an FDA approved shot, right? So that's the first thing.
Huh?
You have to go, I think rationalground.com is a great place to go to get real information on a lot of this.
That's not true. Rational Ground is a nutty website which promotes the ideas that masks are bad, social distancing is bad, ever closing anything is bad. So that's not a reputable website. We'll go to actual peer-reviewed studies in a moment.
They've taken them off of all social media like they do so many. But the third
hang on. Hang on. What do you mean this is not FDA approved?
Yeah, what, doctor, please tell us.
Dr. Gina.
Well, it's FDA approved.
Oh.
But it's FDA approved in a way that no other medication has ever been approved.
Lie.
If you want to refer to the article, this is not me talking. This is an article by Richard Harris.
Well, we're going to look at the article.
NPR, February 19th. You can read it yourself. They lost the control group in the middle of the study by Pfizer.
They lost them. Yesterday, I lost one of my earbuds. They just lost the control group. They couldn't find it.
They decided it was more important that people went and got the jab than that they finished the study with an actual control group.
Oh, wait a second. So, that's something different. So this is, I found the article. It's an NPR article. What was she write about? It's an article in NPR. It really was published on February 19th, and it really is by Richard Harris. But what the article explains is that the vaccine was working. And as is the case in many of these phase 3 trials, when what you're testing works so much better than the placebo, there's a medical ethics question about, is it even moral to keep giving people only the placebo when the efficacy signal is so high that you're potentially killing people by not giving them the real vaccine. And this is a widely studied a topic in medical ethics. Just as one example, even as it relates to the COVID vaccines, there's a study in JAMA, one of the premier medical journals, from December of last year, the ethics of continuing placebo in SARS-CoV-2 vaccine trials. And what is important to talk about is what's in this second paragraph. According to Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna, interim analyses after approximately 2 months of follow-up suggest the vaccines are 90 to 90% effective at preventing infection. Although no peer review of the data has been conducted to date, both companies now claim they have an ethical obligation to offer vaccines as soon as possible to all participants who receive placebo, considering the strong results and participants' contribution to the research. This is not a new issue in medical science. When there are rules for how you test things, and one is you test things versus a placebo. You consider if there is an effective treatment already, you test them relative to the best treatment we have. You want to demonstrate this not only works, but it's better than the best thing we have right now. And it's extraordinarily dangerous now to come up with, they lost the control group. No, the vaccines were so effective. And remember, at the time, this was pre-Delta variant. The efficacy has come down against Delta, still very good against hospitalization and death. The numbers after 2 full months were so good that they made the call that it would have been unethical not to give the people who got the placebo the actual vaccine. These people are very, very dangerous. And remember, they were furious that Jill Biden was being called Dr. Jill Biden because her doctorate is in education. This is Dr. Gina Loudon talking about vaccines. Jill Biden wasn't even commenting on medical elements. This is a woman, Gina Loudon, who's actually opining about vaccination, and they call her doctor. She has an online PhD in organizational psychology or something like that. Completely immoral, completely dangerous, and completely hypocritical as well. If you ever feel like you just don't have enough time to read all the books you want to read, you have to check out one of my favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist takes thousands of popular nonfiction books and distills each one down into an ebook or audiobook that you can get through in just 15 minutes, where you're getting all the key takeaways from the book. Just imagine how you'll be able to expand your horizons and knowledge by being able to soak up all of the important insights from 10 different books in an afternoon. Obviously, it's perfect for exposing yourself to a new book you otherwise wouldn't have time for, or you can use it to revisit a book you've already read, or use it to preview a book before you buy the full version and read it. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way. And it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pacman. I've put the link right underneath this video.